Hi Taurus, welcome to their next move reading. For money, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the link to the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Taurus Tarot 3. Much love and support to her. Stop by, check her out, show her some love. This could resonate also with your person's moon rising or Venus sign, or your moon rising or Venus sign also. All right, what is their next move? This could be an employer, a friend, relative, romantic interest. Their next move. What is their next? The Star card, also boobies. Could be Aquarius. 8 of Cups. Oopsie. 8 of Wands. Tower, that could be Scorpio. 2 7s, 2 8s. Wow. 7 of Cups and Hangman. That could be Pisces. Could be Scorpio. Okay, so we got 2 7s and 2 8s. Good gracious. All right. News and understanding. Interesting. Well, you're not budging, and I don't think you're mad about this, Taurus. Life is good for you. I mean, you're kind of, hey, what's this? What's this 8 of Cups about for Taurus? The world. This 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Do they feel like they've tried? Or because of what's going on out there, jobs are, like, what is this, financial or romantic? What's this Tower about? Death. That's the Death card. It could be Scorpio. What's the 7 of Cups about for Taurus? So I think this is you know how, like, and there's no shade in this, but when things are really chaotic and we don't know what to do, we not only turn inward, but we, there's a lot of prayer or a lot of communing with Source, Spirit, God, all that, Creator. So this is someone that's really kind of feeling like they are really hoping for outside influence or direction, or somebody speaking to them and telling them. They're kind of wanting to latch on to what they feel is right to do, because they're in a real quandary here. They're not okay with how things have been left or what's going on, and they're having a hard time with this. So as far as their next move, it's kind of going to be whatever. It feels like they're kind of raw and fragile right now, and they're going to be looking for a sign. They're going to be really kind of calling on being divinely led, or just like, give me a sign, tell me something, because I can't make sense of how I feel right now. This is a lot, and it's happening all at once, and I'm just overwhelmed, and I think that they're hoping to be able to talk this out with you still, to somehow kind of make some sense of this. But they're very, I don't want to say volatile, but they're not settled with what's happened yet. So one day they're going to have this opinion and do this, and then the next day they're going to compound things because they're not taking the time to think about and process their feelings. They're going to be reacting a lot. So this is someone that's going to be, and when I say compound things, they're going to wake up one day and take this action because that's how they feel. But then, because part of the process that we all go through is bargaining, they're going to turn around and go, oh gosh, I shouldn't have sent that text. I should have said that. Oh God, now what do I do? So now they've got the guilt and the shame of that. And then they're still dealing with how things were left or what happened. So now they've got two things that they're going, over. Like they're cringing over. So this is someone things have not settled down for them yet, for them to be able to process their emotions. They're wanting, what's this Hangman about? 3 of Swords. So things are happening quite quickly, and they don't understand what's going on, and there's a lot for them. It doesn't feel like you're very affected by this, but they're kind of in a real quandary. And I think you are part of, there's other things going on that they either feel like they can't control, they need to get control of. So they're kind of in a position of reacting right now, and I think they might be looking to kind of land safely somewhere. And they're wanting, that's kind of the top priority right now, is just safety. So this is someone that's it's not just this issue that is affecting them. There's other things going on outside of whatever you two have that are affecting them also, that they've got to deal with. And it's compounding everything. And there's a lot going on for this person. So whatever has happened, if this is an employer that's had to let you go, you're kind of they've got to deal with their business somehow. There's something about things just being completely upended that they're having to deal with that. If it's a romantic interest, this is someone that there's just a lot more going on, and they feel like they need to just leave and get somewhere where they can think about what to do. They want to be, it's almost like they just want to be taken out of the situation because it's too painful to move methodically on, to kind of have their wits about them and be able to plan for this and go here and do that, and maybe stay at their relative's house for a while, and then from there in 2 months they'll get an apartment or whatever. They're not in a position to be able to think methodically and carefully like that, as most of us aren't when there's trauma and drama. So this is someone that's kind of at this point just wanting to get to safety and to get their wits about them and kind of get their bearings, because right now they're very reactionary. Their first priority is to get to a place where basically they feel emotionally safe, or like things have calmed down enough to where they can think. The downside of that, though, is that they're in a lot of pain emotionally, so they're looking to soothe that. So as soon as they get to that safe place, then it's too quiet and they're alone with their thoughts, and it's like, ooh, I don't like this either. Okay, oh, I need a distraction. So there's just a lot of this topsy-turvy up and down, and it kind of feels like it's in the name of trying to heal and get to a safe place. But once that happens, once they're able to kind of get, just kind of immediately and deal with things, it's very painful. And I think they're looking to immediately soothe that. So it's kind of a lot of activity for one person to handle right now. So yeah. Else for Taurus. There it is. It's just a lot, and I think to get the hurting to stop and the chaos to stop for them and all this, they're wanting to move here and then go here and then do this, and nothing's working because they've got that sadness inside that they're trying to deal with and confront, and they think the answer is running or relocating or moving or even like, texting at 3 a.m. because they got this idea or they figured it out or whatever. They're just looking for relief, which is kind of sad because they're trying to find a way to deal with this and move on and get their bearings, but it's been very hard, and they're looking for a sign, and then they get a sign and they feel like they need to act on it. And it's like, no, stay the course. Figure out where you're going to live first. Do you have groceries? I mean, and I'm not giving a list here, but it's like there needs to be, maybe that's not a priority for them, but they need to be able to prioritize, and they're still reactionary. They're still pretty volatile about things. Not violent, just they're not, they're not in a calm way right now. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Okay. Well, that is apt. Yeah, they really would benefit from actually being able to get to a safe place, mentally and emotionally, to be around those that can kind of support, because it looks like they're trying to figure out or process this ending that just happened. And it looks like you're once removed here. Like you don't even feature here. Like, I know you're there because you're reading, but there's a lot going on outside of this also. It's like everything is up in the air for them. And you kind of receded into the background to let them do them. But they might be reaching out at a really odd time or about a really odd thing because they're just trying to find some balance in their life. They're just trying to find some footing. Not saying that they're going to do it well at first, but that's what this is about. So if they reach out, or if they... What is going on there? Hello, pardon me. If they reach out or whatever their actions are, it's in an effort to try to restore, to move away from the emotional pain they feel and to restore some kind of control or footing for themselves. I think you know that. I think that's a sincere, or I think you can you've got a much more grounded approach to this or realistic outlook. I think they're struggling at this point. I can move these down here so you can see all the cards. Yeah, you can still see them? Okay. Okay, so Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. All right. Ace of Cups reversed and Fool card on its side. So yeah, this is, again, this is someone just looking for, because of their broken heart, or because this did not work, and it's probably a new breakup or a new separation. This is someone that's looking for that new place to land, that new, it's almost like they don't want it to be a process. They just want immediately to be in their future 6 months from now, because this is not someone that's kind of grounded or really practical about things anyway. So something like this really upends them. And they're kind of just looking for their immediate new placement. Going through the motions and processing things are kind of difficult for someone like this. So they're very impatient. Because they're very impatient and they're uncomfortable with feeling strongly and just like overwhelmed. They are seeking solace and something stable. And round they go. So, this could be Gemini, Virgo, or Aries also. All right, Taurus, I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. It looks like through all this, though, you're kind of really receded into the background and kind of just standing your ground. I think you understand that that's what's going on for them, and you're not wanting to complicate anything or kind of make it even more difficult for them. But you're also wanting to protect your own space and area. You don't want what they're going through to kind of bleed over into your life, because you work really hard to have things kind of, even keel and maintain stasis. So I think you're watching this from a distance, or you're aware of this from a distance. So, all right, I hope this was helpful. Hope to see you in the next reading, Taurus, and I thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a happy, good, much love to you. Okay, you take care.